Good evening, everyone. It's Colonel Aldous Fowler here with you tonight. And I had to get this one just fucking right. To that end, I had to go out and buy like a whole new shirt and a vest. Because what I did was less Batman villain and more Bond villain. And to change that up. And the only thing I don't have is the lollipops, and we'll get to that. I've had this speech planned for a couple of days now, and it starts off with the story of how I met Crazy 2D Core. I had just finished taking a dump in the ladies' restroom in this restaurant that I know, and I was just finished up and I'm washing my hands when this goofy looking guy on his cell phone, not paying attention to anything he's doing, I guess notices me and figures he's in the right place, and he proceeds to the stall and goes about his business. I chose not to correct his oversight and slipped out of the bathroom unnoticed. As I'm making my way back to my seat, I notice 3 women laughing and gossiping on their way to the ladies' room as a group, as they do. And as I sit back down at my table, I'm grinning from ear to ear, because I'm just picturing all the different possible fucking outcomes that could happen to this scenario. As much as I'd love to tell you that Crazy 2D Core was the poor idiot that I left in the women's room, I actually have no idea what actually happened to that guy. But Crazy was the busboy that was clearing the dishes from my table, and of course I was telling him what I did because I thought it was funny. Now that entire story was a lie, designed to teach you a lesson about the truth. The truth is this blanket statement that we cast over everything that we perceive to be right and correct in the world. The truth has started and settled a lot of arguments. The truth is elusive and sometimes hard to come by. The truth is that Crazy 2D Core is alive and well and enjoying his days with his girlfriend and his son. I gotta say this first. A fuel tanker explosion? Are you fucking shitting me? A fucking fuel tanker explosion. You bought that. He couldn't have fallen asleep at the wheel or gotten hit by a drunk driver. I had to kill him in an explosion. I had to kill him like a villain in an action movie. I had a fucking fuel tanker explosion. I can't fucking believe how gullible you fuckers are. It's like he was eaten by a shark while vacationing in Maui. Or his ex-wife dropped an anvil on his head. A fuel tanker explosion. I love it. And I did. I got almost all of you. Almost all of you, your first reaction was, I'm sorry for your loss. Almost all of you. I mean, There was one person who did stand up and say shenanigans first and foremost. I don't remember his name, but he did stand up and say shenanigans first and foremost before anyone else. Fortunately, though, I was censoring comments at the time, so, you know, can't have anyone poisoning the well. The story was first broken by Violently Graceful, a worthy nemesis, and his team. He needed a team. So, my congratulations to Violently Graceful for solving the case, as it were. But now the question that I'm sure is on all of your minds. Why? Why do this? Why do such a heartless and callous thing? Why do something that you know is going to jeopardize relationships and your fucking career? Why? Why do that? First and foremost, to see if I could. It's like the human centipede. Do you know why the doctor in the human centipede sewed those 3 girls together, or those 2 girls and that Japanese kid together? So those 3 girls, why he sewed those 3 girls together? To see if he could. He wanted to see if he could. That's all I was doing. I also did it to prove several points. Lots and lots of points here. And the first point actually was proven by Agent of Doubt. He played right into my fucking trap and did exactly what I expected him to. Everyone behaved exactly the way I expected him to. Everyone. And I even have a few expectations written down about, the kinds of comments I'm going to get on this video from certain individuals as well. That's how good of a troll I am. If I know that if I put up video X, I know exactly how certain individuals are going to behave, exactly what they're going to do. And each and every one of you behaved exactly in the manner that I expected you to. But Agent of Doubt proved my first point for me. That the value of art increases after the artist's demise. Thank you, Agent of Doubt, for helping me out there. The next point I wanted to prove was that theists and skeptics alike need to be careful what they fucking swallow. A goddamn fuel tanker explosion. Jesus Christ. I also hope that this teaches a lot of skeptics out there that they can't be fucking afraid to stand up and shout bullshit in spite of who may or may not actually be grieving. And the final point that I wanted to prove was that there's a small community of idiots in West Texas. And no one will know exactly who I'm talking about unless they drop themselves in the comments. If you see any comments from anybody saying, "Hey, why'd you tell everyone where I live?" I didn't, you did. But there's a bunch of idiots living in West Texas who will believe every fucking thing that I say, even though I've proven, I've shown, I've fucking demonstrated over the years, time and time again, that you can't trust a fucking thing that comes out of my mouth. Now we get to the point where I wish I had those lollipops, because if I had those lollipops, I'd be able to say, "This shameless publicity stunt has been brought to you by suckers."